How do supervillains make money? It's not like they can sign up to McDonald's to earn an honest living. And it's not like every bank in the world hasn't adapted to a world with superpowers. If you don't have meticulous planning, stealing enough money to fund a supervillain lifestyle is highly difficult. So most supervillains go another route in making money. Illegal fighting. Are you sure this is the place? Fist Power said. Smash, Smash said, standing outside of the dingy bar. It led down to a club full of illicit substances, beautiful people falling out of the room. But Fist Power knew this was the place that supervillains could get paid. And well, after their last job, they whoosh! Overhead, a superhero in white flying above them. Alpha Man. Get in there, Fist Power said. Smash, Smash said, pushing through the crowd with his massive bulk. Fist Power didn't really have superpowers of his own. He more had a friendship with a guy named Smash, a guy whose strength was honestly incredible. They had known each other since they were kids, fighting their way out of a superpower test lab. After they made it out, Fist Power promised Smash, "We're gonna be rich, buddy. We're gonna be so rich." Smash, Smash said. As they walked through the bar, people looked at them like they were sore thumbs. Fist Power with his bandana mask and Smash with his stone fists. They didn't actually blend in with the crowd, but it was as if the people in the club knew why they were there. They parted like the Red Sea, leading towards a basement door. Is it really that easy? Fist Power said. At the door, there was a man in a suit with high-tech skin and a visor on his face. Oh yeah, this is the place, Fist Power said. Smash? Smash said. Smash could only say one word, but Fist Power knew from his tonalities what he meant. It's all right, buddy, Fist Power said. We're just observing tonight. No fighting. Smash, Smash said. Even though he was incredibly strong, Smash didn't like fighting. It was dangerous and terrifying, and the last time they went off against Alpha Man, it didn't go very well. So when they opened the door and saw the two supervillains fighting, Fist Power and Smash were terrified. Come on, who's next? A man in a toy soldier outfit said, standing over the bleeding body, the corpse of a supervillain in the middle of an electrified cage. People from the bad side of superpowers surrounded the arena, cheering, and there were cameras everywhere. High above, at the top of the arena, there were people in suits typing into laptops. This was the place? This was like a dingy basement fight, not a new challenger enters the arena, an announcer in the cage said, pointing towards Fist Power and Smash. Oh no, wait, Fist Power said. Smash, Smash said, but they were ushered into the cage. They stood over the body of the person who had just been killed by the toy soldier guy, who turned and faced Fist Power and Smash. First night fighting, huh? Well, everybody fights their first night. I don't have superpowers, Fist Power said. Then you're gonna die, the villain said. The name's Toy Soldier. Want to find out why? He snapped his fingers. Suddenly, Fist Power and Smash were surrounded by plastic toy soldiers that came out of the ground. They were kind of cute, painted into red and white shape, and yet they ripped into Fist Power's leg. Ah! Fist Power said. Smash tried to wipe them off as they burrowed into his skin, ripping into his flesh. Smash! He screamed in pain. Toy Soldier laughed. Yes. Don't worry, it'll be over in a second, and I'll claim my prize. His eyes glinted with greed. Fist Power knew that he had to end this right now. It's not the soldiers, buddy, Fist Power said. It's the guy. Smash, Smash said. He jumped across the arena at Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier put his hands up, but it was too late. Smash screamed in rage. Smash! And punched Toy Soldier's head clean off of his body. Everyone around the arena was silent in shock. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Fist Power said. All right, where's my money? The people above, the people wearing the suits, looked down at Fist Power. One of them stepped down the stairs and entered the arena. The announcer stared at Fist Power and Smash in shock, but the announcer spoke calmly to Fist Power, like he didn't even care who won. Well, you're on a winning streak, the announcer said. The rules state you need to keep fighting until you face the champion. What are you, nuts? Fist Power said. I just heard this was a place to make some extra dough, but if you beat the champion, the guy in the suit said, you win $37 million. Does that sound good to you? Fist Power and Smash looked between each other. In cash? Of course, the man in the suit said. Welcome to the Grey Corporation. He stepped out of the cage as Toy Soldier and the previous fighter's corpse were carted away. Fist Power and Smash tried to get the crowd going, but they were all chanting something. Vengeance, vengeance, vengeance. The cage door opened and a man in a cloak stumbled in. This guy didn't look as tough as the toy soldier guy, and yet everybody was looking at him reverently. All right, buddy, Fizzpower said. What's your thing? Because my boy Smash gets you to the point of... Smash screamed in rage. His eyes burned red as he turned on Fizzpower. Fizzpower put his hands up and barely ducked under Smash's swinging punch. I exploit emotions, Vengeance said. Looks like he doesn't like you very much. Fizzpower rolled away from the super strong Titan as he stomped down towards him. How was he supposed to fight against Vengeance when Smash was going after him? Come on, buddy, it's me, Fizzpower said, but Smash wasn't listening. His fist grazed Fizzpower's face, and even though he didn't even hit his face, Fizzpower was knocked to the ground. If Smash even touched him with a blow, he was completely dead. He knew it was the same gig as earlier. He needed to get to the caster, and yet Smash grabbed his leg. No, Fizzpower said. He dangled Fizzpower over his face. Smash, Smash said, his eyes glowing red. Fizzpower looked into Smash's eyes. Behind the glow of Smash's eyes, he saw something he could exploit. Smash me second! Smash that guy first! Pointing at Vengeance. Smash looks at Vengeance, who was surprised, turning towards Smash. I didn't do anything to you, you dog, Vengeance said. Now, kill your prey like a good little boy, or Smash, Smash said, his eyes glowing in rage. Fizzpower chuckled. You exploit emotions, right? Well, he doesn't like you very much. Vengeance put his hands up, but it was too late. Smash punched him in the stomach and then immediately stomped down onto Vengeance's head. As soon as he stomped down onto Vengeance's head, the spell wore off. He turned and faced Fizzpower. Smash? He said. It's all right, buddy, Fizzpower said, walking towards Smash. He patted his hand. Now there was no question. The crowd was cheering. They were waiting for someone. The people in suits nodded. The announcer chuckled. Well, this certainly is a treat. Now, fighting for the final prize. The two of these guys, what are your names? Fizzpower and Smash, Fizzpower said. Those are terrible, the announcer said. Anyway, the two upstart challengers are going to face off against the champion. Woo! Everybody in the crowd screamed. This was a rare occurrence. And Fizzpower and Smash hadn't made it through the fight, so they knew that things were going to get tough. Very tough. This time, the door didn't even open. A shadow elongated on the floor, and a little girl came out of the shadows. She was crying, genuinely crying. Have you seen my brother? The little girl said. Fizzpower was totally disarmed. Sure, they were villains, but they had a rule. No kids. Fizzpower put his hands out. Time out! I don't fight kids! The crowd chuckled. Even the people in the suits smiled. But the little girl ran towards Fizzpower and grabbed his hand. Mister, I can't find my brother, and I'm looking for him. Smash! Smash tried to swing his fist at the little girl, but Fizzpower put his hands out. No, dude, come on! Thank you, the little girl said, crying even more. I need my little brother. Smash! Smash screamed. The shadows elongated further. A man made out of shadow pulled himself out of the little girl's shadow. The little girl laughed happily. Big brother, she said. And the big brother made out of shadow filled the entire cage, grabbing Smash, breaking his leg with his giant gargantuan shadow hand. Up until this point, the gimmick of the fights had been simple. Kill the caster and break the spell. Fizzpower pulled up a knife and put it up to the little girl's neck. She screamed out. The shadow monster reached toward Fizzpower, but Fizzpower screamed. Not any closer, Fizzpower said. The arena was dead, silent. I get it, Fizzpower said. Just tell your big brother to let my friend go, Fizzpower said, and everything will be fine. The little girl said. You still think I have a big brother? Fizzpower saw now she didn't have a big brother. This was an act. Two more shadow creatures jumped out of her shadow and grabbed Fizzpower's arms. She grabbed the knife and put it up to Fizzpower's neck. You got closer, the little girl said, smiling wickedly. Closer than anybody's ever gotten. I'm almost offended, she said. She put the knife right up to Fizzpower's neck. Smash screamed in pain. It would be so easy for me, she said, smiling. To kill you. The crowd screamed, wanting blood, but the little girl looked up at the people in suits at the top of the arena. The people in the suits put their thumbs up. The little girl looked disappointed. But I guess we're gonna fight another day, the little girl said. The shadow monster dropped Smash onto the ground, and she let go of Fizzpower. Fizzpower and Smash at the center of the arena watched helplessly as the little girl walked down a set of stairs into shadow. Welcome, the announcer said, to our new fighters. And even though Fizzpower and Smash didn't win their fight, they were just happy to be alive.